Can you guys hear me now?
Well, your microphone sounds so good right now. Did you switch to something else?
No, it's the same thing.
Am I the only one that's hearing that?
No, it sounds a lot better.
It sounds amazing.
It does.
Interesting.
I wonder if you've just
I
been
can't
slowly being unplugged for the last who knows how long.
Probably.
Welcome back to the Artists Arcana. I am Rookzer0.
I am Ace.
I'm BluestDrewid.
I'm Jonas.
And I'm Sierra.
Today we're going to be drawing ourselves as D&D characters, and by that I mean we have all been sucked into a fantasy realm full of dragons and dungeons and, I don't know, slime?
We are new adventurers trapped in the wondrous world of Aggie.io.
We're going to go ahead and draw ourselves. We will start off today by rolling initiative to see who has to draw first, because none of us want to go first. I need to go get a die. I don't know why I didn't think of that beforehand.
Yeah, I do as well. Dang it.
Well,
I forgot about it and I was about to stand up, but then I realized I have all of my dice at my desk.
Question is, does the highest one go first?
Oh yeah, this one's going to be weird. Last time what we did is we rolled initiative, and the person with the highest initiative got to choose the drawing for the person. They got to choose who drew first. So now...
well, initiative, I rolled a natural 20, so...
I
rolled a 2.
5.
Got 10.
rolled a 9.
Why is it we're rolling so low?
Don't know. Jonas? I think you're going first.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what we do it, yeah.
Which he did last time.
Yep.
Well, I rolled the
But not
lowest
because
last
he rolled
time.
high this time.
I rolled the lowest last time, and now I rolled the highest, a natural 20, and now I get to go first. Oh no.
Are we doing 10, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But let's, these are a little long form, and I'm okay with that. So let's do 20 minutes. We'll give everybody 20 minutes. Let me
I mean,
start a
it
timer.
probably helps that we're only doing portraits today.
I mean, unless Jonas really want to draw sexy hips.
I don't have 6.
Yeah, but it's you as a D&D character, so maybe in the world of
I am a
EIO
peasant farmer who's apparently
Maybe
a
as we're
sorcerer.
getting transported there, the magic of the realm gave you magical hips.
Yeah, haven't you ever
Oh,
seen
yes.
Haven't you ever seen Heavy Metal? The nerdy
Which-
kid gets transported to the fantasy realm and just becomes super buff.
No.
Damn it, I'm old.
Yeah. Well, Rook, I'm old too, and I haven't seen that either.
What? How have you not seen Heavy Metal? It's an animation phenomenon.
I don't know.
Phenomenon. Do 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 do.
Do-do-do. Phenomenon.
It's actually not that great. It's I've watched it 2 or 3 times. The first time you watch it, you're like, holy crap, this is bananas. And then the second time you watch it, you're like, this is basically just a giant music video with
Yeah.
really cool artwork. Like, the artwork is amazing. Oh, are you already going? I didn't start the clock.
Oh, no.
You've gained
Like-
yourself an extra minute, Jonas. Gained
Cheater,
yourself an
cheater.
extra minute.
I am a cheater. I rolled a natural 20, man.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's
go.
true. That's true. Natural
Sure, you
20.
did get a
Ooh.
nat 20.
Yeah, maybe the person with the highest initiative also gets a little extra time.
So this face looks already way too good for me.
I've drawn him too sexy.
I draw myself way too sexy.
That's okay. I'm gonna give myself hair. So
True. So Jonas, what did you decide on for yourself as a D&D character?
I'll go for the high-colored sorcerer character. High colors,
Yes.
extreme fantasy clothing, Also, I get away not drawing ears. Thank God. You gotta design clothing on your characters so you don't have to draw some complicated things. So I have some Buddha-ass ears.
So I don't like drawing feet. Jonas doesn't like drawing ears. Pretty soon we'll just have like a collection of things that we don't like to draw.
Okay.
Welcome to the Artists Arcana. Today we're drawing ears.
I was gonna say, do we really want to subject ourselves to that, though? To the comments that we might get.
Oh, right, yeah.
Man, look at this fucking color, man. It's huge.
It looks like he's got books for earrings, is what I'm...
Yes, beautiful. Since I'm such a... Oh,
I'm a wizard of the earring tome. The
I
what?
don't know. The what?
The what?
Yeah, I have tomes on my side. I just I need a book. I pull off my collar. There we go. Ah, yes, Misty Step. There we go.
You listen to the writing inside.
I can hear all text.
An osmosis wizard. You learn spells by touching spell books.
That would be weird.
I've absorbed it.
And you're making me want to remove the colors now.
No, it looks cool.
no,
Let me just-
Yeah, because we're doing busts, we can't do fantasy pants. Therefore, we have to have some sort of ridiculous fantasy fashion. This fits the bill.
What kind of sorcerer am I?
I don't know.
A sorcerer of audio Kindle.
I am a book wizard. Oh, aren't all wizards book wizards? No. And then you just start
Okay.
like wearing books as armor and throwing books at people, screaming fireball.
Is this just Page Master? Is Jonas just the kid from Page? That's Page Master, right? That's the movie.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I kind of feel like if you flip the collars up, like pull the hood up, it just unfolds like a pop-out book. And it's like a giant origami dragon head or something.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know.
Hey, it's your character, man.
Yeah, I love making jokes about myself, so let's go.
The pop-up book idea, Rook, makes me think there needs to be more books on the back and they pop out into dragon wings so he can glide.
That could be good too. I like that. Now we have to make a subset of paper wizard. Origami wizard would be pretty good.
Write that down. Write that down. Oh my god! If you use origami to deliver your spells,
Oh
You know,
gosh,
I
just
would
like all
probably
your
do it.
spells look like that they're made out of paper.
yeah, you just like pre-make your spells by like folding them into origami.
You know, since there's no video games in this world, I probably would do origami.
Yeah, origami's pretty
I
sweet.
used to do that actually a lot. I am the bookmaster, even though I'm a sorcerer. I want to be a wizard, but I'm too lazy to study, so I just carry the books and hold them to my ears and hope that knowledge comes into my head, and it somehow does because I'm a sorcerer or something. An eldritch being of some kind, I wonder what offers me immeasurable knowledge, and I accept it later on.
Your patron is a book. It speaks to me when I look at it. You mean you're reading it?
Yes.
Yes.
I can hear all text, as I said before, you know.
I can hear all texts, but with my eyes. That's my superpower. What? You can read?
No, I'm a sorcerer, I don't read. Who do you think I am?
I cast read magic. That's just a regular book. No, I got this. Don't worry about it.
I cast tongues. I lick this book. Yes, so much knowledge. I'm the creepiest sorcerer ever. Now I have
Tastes
to
like
pay.
strawberries.
Whenever I walk into town, people give me the weirdest stares. They're like, what the fuck is that book? I say, why do you wear books, my good sir? I must gain the knowledge.
Just his armor is made out of the books. When someone stabs it, he just starts to go through like a meltdown. Like, no, my knowledge.
I would be pretty buff if I just carried books all over me. Insane ACS with pretty much almost plate armor, but one use only almost.
The Mythbusters did a whole episode about paper armor. Seemed
Yeah.
pretty effective.
It was an actual thing in China
Oh,
for the cheaper soldiers, so paper can be pretty effective. Wow. When I enter a fantasy world, it seems I lost like 20 or 40 pounds.
Oh, I'm gonna be
Nowhere.
hella buff. You guys can't stop me from being hella buff.
I mean, yeah, we don't know what he looks like in real life. We can't say, that's not
It's a
you.
secret.
The worst thing that happens is we eventually meet you and we're like, huh. Okay.
You know, for a quick sketch, this is good enough. I'm gonna stop here.
That's pretty
I don't know what to add anymore. I think I'm done. Yeah?
It looks really good. I actually really like it. I like the book ears. You've book-ended yourself, which is kind of funny. Maybe that's what we call you the book-ended wizard.
Well, sorcerer, though.
Oh, you're a sorcerer. So you don't even need the books. So the books are just completely superficial.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Rook, that's the joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I was
also-
saying, he's a sorcerer because he doesn't study the books, but may not even be able to read them.
I love it. I love it. It's so good. All right. Well, good job. Moving on, I believe, Ace, you are up with
Oh,
initiative
boy.
10.
Yeah, sorry, let me just...
I'm glad you kept track of it because I did not, and I can't even remember my own initiative anymore.
You got a 20, I got a 10. Rook, who's up next, got a 9.
Yep.
Druid, you ended up getting a 5, yeah?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and Sierra got a 2.
Yep.
Was that just from memory, or did you write it down?
Just remember.
Hot damn. Nice job. All right, Ace, tell us about yourself as a character.
Alright, I feel that I would have like a magic wizard's hat. Basically the sorting hat from Harry Potter, because I actually have that. But I
Harry
put it
Potter,
on.
huh?
Harry Potter.
Harry's Potter.
Did I say it wrong?
Yes.
You said
Oh
Harry's
no!
Potter. Yeah.
Harry Potter. Gosh dang it, Harry Potter. Yeah. And, I think I would be close to a divination wizard, but here's the thing. I don't study for anything, and I don't think that I would be able to bring myself to be able to do it for magic. But I do tarot cards to read future and whatnot.
So are you actually like a bard that's pretending to be a wizard?
I mean, I could be. Yeah. I don't think I would pretend to be a wizard. Like, I know magic. Like, you're a wizard? No.
I like that. I have not had a lot of people play divination wizards. Divination?
I think it'd only be like a divination wizard because that's like the closest thing to being able to read the future that D&D has, with the exception of like a cleric spell. But I don't think I'd make a very good cleric.
That's fair. I would go with bard and then just say that you specialize in this. If I was playing a character, this is not actually your character. You do what you want. If I were playing a bard, I would go, I'm going to use the tarot cards. And then the DM can tell me, like, okay, go ahead and read your fortune, roll a performance, and then the DM can give you information about it. I think that's a really fun way to use tarot cards in the game. If your character believes they tell the future, or like can follow your fortune, I think that's a fun mechanic to put into it. I think that's great. So I'm less worried about the mechanics of D&D needing, like, oh, I don't have the spell that can do that. It's like, you know what? If it happens in the universe with magic, I bet it can happen in the universe without somebody having to cast the spell.
I think we did talk about it yesterday, and I think the closest one that this closest subclass I could find for bard that did like divination was the new College of Spirits.
Oh, interesting. Is it like a medium?
Yeah, it's basically like a spirit medium.
Gotcha.
And one of the focuses are basically like gaming set, which include cards.
I know the Furbolgs have the smelling bag, which is kind of on par with the guidance spell. Or not the guidance spell, but the augury spell. I think that's what it is. So, yeah, I could definitely see there being more items like that where you're kind of invoking the universe to aid you, not having to be a cleric. I like that kind of concept.
Yeah, same.
Are they smelling the card?
Huh?
I can smell your future.
Smell your futures.
That's not what I wanted.
So did we just decide that you're a bard? Is that what we just decided for you?
Yeah.
No, you could totally be.
I mean, I was thinking that either a sorcerer or a bard would fit like the best.
See, I think I don't want to squash anybody's concepts of what we're doing, because I love the variety of it. But I have, like I said, I always fall into that trope of like, oh, what would you be if you were a D&D character? And people are like, well, I've got a 15 this and I do that. It's like, shut up. Just tell me what you would be without thinking about it too much. Like, what would you want to be, or what would you... Jonas decided to be a sorcerer.
Well, I don't want to be a sorcerer. Actually, I want to be a fighter.
You could have picked fighter.
Yeah, I know, but I'm lazy. So...
That's fine. It's whatever.
No, the sorcerer thing wasn't what I decided. Other people decided for me.
But see, that's the thing. Like, you yourself, I don't think necessarily have to be...
beholden to...
Yeah, you don't have to be beholden to who you are, because like I don't think you'd have the same profession. I don't think you'd have the same thing. Like, to be... Here's the thing. I always think to myself, oh man, if I lived in a fantasy realm or in ye olden days, I'd totally be a blacksmith, because that's awesome. But the thing is, I have total access to become a blacksmith now, and I don't do it. It's a lot of work and it sucks. So I don't know why I think that. But I have that like fantasy of like, oh yeah, I would just be a blacksmith and I would just bang on metal all day long and it'd be great. I'd probably just live in the woods and do as little as possible. Is really what it would be.
Same here, man. I think we'd be all a circle of druids, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I have a sneaking suspicion that most people don't want to just decide, hey, I'm gonna go fight wolves in the forest for my entire life.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no one wants to do that. It sounds horrible, but that's probably what we'd be doing for most of our day, especially in like a D&D world. Like, how many people get eaten by onkegs just randomly?
Yeah.
So, Ace, by the way, this looks great. I think that little shift of the hand really made it pop a little more because you're not hiding your face.
Makes it more expressive.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry for bullying you for smelling the card.
That's fine.
But I think this
It's one of those like
explains
scratching cards.
it. Yeah.
It's like you scratch it and
The
then you smell it
scratch
like,
and sniff.
it smells like apples.
Strawberries.
I kind of love that you had the pose like up in front of the face before though, as part of the like narrative of this drawing, which is one of the things that I'm really happy about, that like we get to share the fact that we're actually drawing these with people, that they get to see how it happens, but like it also gives a little bit of story, because it, like, to me it very much looked like she was looking at the card, and now she's like pushed to one side and is like, would you like to know your future?
Yeah.
That's really cool, yeah. I do like that. I do like that we saw that initial concept, you're right. I think that is a cool narrative to build. And now we are actually just straight up stealing the Harry Potter hat. Like, there's no there's no fantasizing of it. It's just like, oh, and by the way, Harry Potter hat.
Your hat is a sentient hat that
I do like that.
that likes to talk and criticize the party's decisions.
It criticizes my decision because I need someone to tell me, no, that spell is stupid. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Your hat is your Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
Cast Fireball. Do it now.
Nah. But it'll kill my party. They'll die anyway from the thing over there.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said cast Fireball.
I don't know. The sorting hat that I got isn't like what that I've seen. Instead, it's like got a lot of extra things, such as like patches and stitched up hairs and like this, like these little ribbons as well that just kind of like fall from like the top.
Well, is it an actual sorting hat or is it just a sentient hat?
It was supposed to be a sorting hat, but at this point, I'm thinking like it's just a sentient hat with a face.
Nice. I think that's much more us not getting sued, so I approve.
I like that we're all influencing the character creation as to be made.
Actually, I'm just gonna like give it like a little ribbon at the top here too.
A little brim.
Yeah.
I guess the brim is the big, long, floppy bits.
Wow, who's nodded at that? I wonder.
Sierra Bailey over here.
Okay.
there's no proof you can't.
We just haven't recorded on audio. Yeah, no proof.
Yeah, but they can't see the thing light up. They don't know.
It's very true. So did we actually bully you into being a bard, or are you still a wizard?
No, I was saying that I wasn't a wizard, but it's like the closest thing to what I want, but so I don't know.
Okay. What if the hat is the wizard?
And it's just giving me my powers. Just
You're a
Wouldn't that
warlock?
just make you a warlock? Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. You're a warlock to a divination
hat.
a divination hat.
yes.
I think that's
And
the
just use
coolest.
like the cards as our focus.
Oh, that would explain why the hat is why the sorting hat is a sorting hat, because it uses divination magic.
Oh wow, yeah, we just broke Harry Potter wide open.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Damn.
I still think it's an arbitrary way to pick things. You could just ask people.
Totally. Which house would you like to be in?
I get to choose?
No fairy dragon?
No fairy dragon.
Oh,
Oh,
It's the familiar, but I haven't gotten at this level yet.
gotcha.
that's fair.
When
I
do we
was
do
just-
level 2?
I was just excited for the cuteness.
I do like the idea that eventually we have to draw like level 5, level 10, level 20 character versions of these.
Where we're all way more jaded and
At
seen
some,
some
yeah, at some point Jonas's character has like burned the books, has a giant robotic arm, and is just carrying a battle axe.
Oh yeah, it's just like my character's hat just got like torn up so much that basically got all of the leather and just patched it up into like a cloak, and I have like Doctor Strange's cloak.
That's awesome. I love that idea. It's less the hat, but it's just the cloth, and so you just keep using it for different things.
Like, could you make me look really cool this time? Like, I've always wanted to be I've always wanted to be a cape. You mind?
Thanks.
It eventually gets so tattered that you only have enough for like an eye patch. You just have an eye patch on all the time. People are like, "Oh, what happened to your eye?" And you're like, "Yep."
Oh, absolutely nothing. Just lifts it up.
Don't talk to them. Did your eye patch just scold me? Get out of here! Fireball. What? Gas fireball.
Buy me that leather conditioner.
I love how you just gave up on the fingers.
Yeah, I'll get to it later.
I'll come back to it later. It's fine.
The hand doesn't bother me because I'm all wrapped up in how expressive this face is. There's just a lot of sass in this, and I'm here for it.
I'm kind of wondering how animated the hat is. Like, does it just have the face on it, or is it like Minish Cap constantly like looking around, yelling at people?
I mean, it doesn't really have like eyes themselves, but they just have like little sockets.
Okay.
So I'd imagine that it'd be very expressive with like the eyebrows, just kind of like shifting a little bit
That's
as well
cool.
to look around.
I also like the idea that if you get mad at the hat, you just like put another patch on it. The
I just
hat.
get like one of those sticky patches and just put it over its mouth and like shush.
What is this? What is this 9-inch nail sticker stuck to my brim? Where'd this come from? So now here's the real question: are you in this universe, or are you the hat?
I am me.
Ooh.
Anyway, yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with the hand. This is it for now. And this is me as a warlock of the hat.
I'm really glad you went that direction. I really like it. I do. I also really think the pose is a lot better with not hiding the face with the card. I actually really liked how you had that starting, because that's a cool kind of visual cool visual of like looking through the card beyond the card. But I think this is much more expressive, like Druid said. So I'm pretty happy you switched it up.
It could work for like a little animation thing.
Yeah. Oh no, that means I'm up.
Yep.
All right. Alrighty. I've talked a little bit about this in the past, which I say that a lot. I think that's slowly becoming a trope of mine. And I need to fix that. But,
We need to get you some new material.
yeah. Womp, womp, womp. I'm gonna go ahead and draw myself as Rook, I think. I mean, I guess I don't have to. Because that was my issue with this prompt. Is like, should I draw my D&D characters, or should I draw myself, or should I draw the persona that I already have set out for everything else? Because like I love in D&D, I love being like a fighter and a cleric. Those are my two jams, which are super boring. But for the most part, I kind of have 2 or 3 different ways to do that. And as anyone who has watched the live stream may know, I love dragoons from Final Fantasy. So if I had my way, I would totally be a dragoon and fly into the sky, and that would be awesome. But I don't think I'm going to do that today.
Oh, I was looking forward to seeing your mask translated into a dragoon mask.
Oh, I could totally do
Yeah.
that.
Like, take your own advice here, Rook. Like, this is you're falling into a fantasy world. You get to become anything you want to become.
Wait.
That's what I was saying, Jonas. Like, you didn't have to be you as a, like, all things aside, if I really, really had to say, like, what I would be, I would probably just chop wood as a living. And that's all I would do. I would sell wood, maybe make bread. Not even as, like, a baker. It'd just be like, oh, yeah, hey, I also made bread.
So you're not Rook in D&D. You're Woody from Don't Starve.
Probably, yeah. Probably more to form. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to try again. There we go. I should have warmed up earlier when I was telling everybody to warm up. That probably would have been a smart call.
Yeah, you drew one skull.
I drew one skull, yeah.
And you didn't even do push-ups. That's not a warm-up in any sense of the word.
Yeah, I totally dropped the ball today. Okay, we're going to do this. That's not right at all. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I like it. So this is... Woof, I don't know what this is. I'm going all over the place now today. Turns out I'm the one who's panicked and not know what the hell's going on.
Should have planned.
Should have planned. I should have just drawn myself as a troll. That's really what I would do. No, I definitely think masks. Absolutely. Mask is a go. For some reason, I can see through metal. That's cool. You know, that's a trait I think I would have. I kind of like the idea of, like, the blast helmet. I was always a big fan of those in Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
How do they see through that? Well, the actors don't. They're completely blind right now. But in the Star Wars universe, you know, the computer's just showing them a screen.
And they've got motorcycle visors that look similar to that now.
That's very
That
true.
you can actually see through. So
Imagine being a blacksmith or going to a blacksmith and being like, I need a plate of metal that will cover my face. Like, oh, you want a helmet? It's like, no.
Like a full-on plate.
Just a plate of metal. No, the other thing with this is, I think, even though I say, like, oh, I want to be a fighter, I think I would be a cleric. I really do. Like, there's no way around the idea for me that if magic existed and I could heal people, I would be all over that so fast.
I mean, you don't have to be a cleric in order to heal people. They're just the best at it.
That's true.
Yeah, there's bards have access to cure wounds. Divine soul sorcerers have access to cure wounds.
That's right. Everybody wanted me to be a bard.
Celestial warlocks.
Yeah.
Druids.
Why is it always like the divine that have all like the healing stuff?
Because they give a crap.
I mean, like you could have like a wizard though give a crap. Just be all about like, yeah, I do spells to help people and make sure that they can live comfortably and not have to do so much, so that then like accidents are less likely to happen.
I think
And
that's
then
a
it's
fair
like,
point.
oh, but someone got like really hurt or is really sick. Gosh dang it, I don't have anything to help with that. Whoops. Band-aid.
There is an interesting thing that wizards should have access to things like regeneration and maybe low-level healing. Maybe they can't get the huge healing spells, but it still makes sense that they could somehow learn to control the human body the same way that you could with necromancy. And that's the other weird thing. Because, like, wizards can learn a lot of necromancy spells. Can they not learn cure wounds anymore?
No. And, yeah, and I kind of agree with that. I think that they should. I don't think 5e has these spells, but again, going back to Pathfinder, wizards and sorcerers can learn spells, celestial healing and infernal healing.
Oh yeah, those are really cool.
Yeah, those give regeneration for a number of rounds.
And that's tapping into super. I mean, I guess it's outsider magic instead of divine magic.
Yeah,
but it's still the same kind of principle. Like you're tapping into the essence of the universe, which I really like that kind of concept. So yeah. I figure if a wizard can do that, why can't they command somebody's body to stitch itself back together? Ooh, I don't know if I like that floof. Like I'm sad that I don't have my mohawk, but I don't know how I would show that off.
Does that mean that you just have terrible helmet hair all the time?
Probably. I do have this feeling that if I had the potential to make my own armor, it would somehow end up being very minimalistic at first, and then have just crazy dragon all over it for no reason. I think I've turned myself into a Valkyrie. That might be okay. Once again, the Dragoon concept, I think, is wrong. I don't think I would actually do that. Also, I've given myself this sexy anime chin, which is just non-existent. I keep designing this right here. I designed this, like, upturned thing. I'm pretty sure it would just kill me if I actually built armor like that.
Probably.
I would just trip and die.
Or at the very least, knock out all your teeth.
Right, yeah. And I think that's something I don't like. So let's I'm sure a blacksmith at some point would be like, "Hey, that's going to break your teeth." And I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, don't do that then." I'm pretty sure I would be a lot beefier though, because like right now I'm not as jacked as I would like because I just sit around and draw and play video games all day.
Well, yeah, remove that from the equation. You'd be a lot beefier. I think I would be a lot beefier as well.
I would just be ripped as hell from chopping wood all day.
You're a lumberjack who decided to be a dragoon.
That's the thing. I love spears and lances and stuff. Go ahead and capture that soundbite. I'm sure it's on the internet everywhere. I love spears. I love spears.
Is that like another thing?
It is a little bit. I've been made fun of it a lot in my life.
Anything that includes a long shaft can be made into a sexual innuendo.
Exactly. That's the worst part about playing a character with spears. Because anytime you try to be dramatic, you're like, okay, I grip the shaft really hard, and everyone just yells at you. Like, dang it!
Oh man, yeah. That's why I use swords and axes most of the time. Well, even though I grip my handle as hard as I can,
Yeah.
so like your handle.
I kind of adjust the grip a little bit, but intimidatingly.
Open hand or closed fist?
Yeah.
Oh yes, the closed fist technique.
Laura Bailey, you are my spirit animal sometimes. I love it. So there's a lot of things that I had to actively choose to go do, and I feel like that's how I would kind of live through a D&D character as well. Start out chopping wood. Do that for a while. There's magic? Cool, let's see if I can learn some stuff. Maybe I'd devote myself to an order for a little while to learn how the divine works. Because that is something I'd be interested in learning. You know? Check out some druid stuff. How do these people turn themselves into animals? Not that I would do that, but like, I'd want to learn it, and that's one of the reasons why Rook, my current Rook mask, has the Nathus mask is my kind of my chosen Patreon for characters, because Nathus is the god of creation and destruction and knowledge and power. Trying to find the balance of creating things in the world without just destroying everything in the process. So I feel like that kind of sums me up pretty well, and that's why I've chosen to do that. And then I'll give myself some sweet cheekbones, because vanity. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if I'd be able to sustain a hawk quite this pimp in a world, but who knows? I probably wouldn't shower as often as I do. So we're going to go with that. I think that's it.
And even if you do, then, magic.
Exactly.
I mean,
prestidigitation just enough to keep
prestidigitation
my
would
hair
do
up.
it.
Hell yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's like, you don't even need a brush or a comb or anything, just like prestidigitation, poof, hair is however the heck you want. Defies gravity, even.
I'd see one person in a tavern with like really fancy hair and like, how did you do that? What? I'm devoting my life to figuring out how to get my hair hawked up like that. It's going to be great. All right, but I think that's it. I think that's my new Rook sketch for a little bit, a little more realistic than I don't know if that's more realistic or not. It's definitely more sci-fi, which I kind of dig. I'll go ahead and clean that up.
Awesome.
Just missed that.
Yeah.
Ta-da! That's it.
I love this, Rook. I also love that you've put so much thought into yourself as a character, like really putting yourself into the D&D world and trying to make that make sense.
Cool. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Yeah. I feel like the rest of us are at a little bit of a disadvantage because you put so much thought into it, but whatever.
I do this as a day job.
And that's fair. So, obviously, my username, I have to be a druid, right?
I'm not a Rook. Maybe I am a 0 though, but that's a little weird.
Here is a little bit of my thought process, I guess. I would want to be a druid because I'm obsessed with nature and biology and ecology, and I study those things for fun, and I love physics. I don't understand the math behind physics and the physical sciences, but I understand a lot of the concepts. I might be a wizard because I like to study.
Well, level 1, you can always start somewhere.
But also druid, there aren't a lot of nature wizards.
That's true. You can definitely go that way though. Is something that we were talking like the divine.
Yeah.
I don't know why a wizard couldn't learn how the divine spells work. Especially with a lot of the deities, they don't always have to be altruistic. Why can't a wizard understand how the Stormlord works and study weather patterns? And which in my mind, if you pick a wizard and you start doing that stuff, then you take levels in druid. That's really how it should work in my mind, and that's why I always think that the mechanical numbers behind leveling is less interesting as how you get there with a story.
Classes are for mechanics. I'm a religious holy man, but I'm actually a level 6 barbarian. I punch everyone.
The priest that kind of I have anger issues, and that's why I am. Forgive me, Father, for I've beaten the crap out of this man.
What's the least amount of clothing I can get away with wearing inside this party we've created?
Would we be okay with you just rocking commando all the time if we were actually an adventuring party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I need to wear a shirt? Do I need to have my bits covered? I'm not wearing shoes no matter what anybody says. I just don't wear shoes, okay?
I would say cover your parts, personally. Underwear or a leaf, whichever.
I feel like that,
Ace just always has the hat pulled over her face.
There's a piece is sitting next to him, reading one of my books.
Probably would just avoid looking down at all costs.
I would not have an issue with it, so I don't care. Says the man with a mask on his face all the time.
You're the most conservative in your outfit.
Yeah, I'm just always covered. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think that's kind of funny because I have played characters before that basically characters come to a party my character's just naked all the time, and it's just at first everyone's like, what the hell, and then everyone forgets about it. And I've had games where all of a sudden someone will be like, someone's staring at you. And they're like, what the hell? Why are they staring at me? Like, all these people in this room are mad at me. It's like, well, your character's naked, remember? And then everyone's like, oh. Like, it's it all of a sudden becomes weird again because everyone kind of forgets about it. So that's a cool character development, walking around as a naked druid all the time. That's pretty good.
Just wear something when you're in town so we don't get arrested.
Yeah.
For public indecency.
Oh, I feel like we would also probably have the conversation of like, do you need to cover up your bits only just so that way then, in combat, we don't need to worry about that? Or like, I would probably be like, how does that work for you as a druid? Like, does nature protect your bits? How does that work?
Bad brain.
You say bad brain?
Yeah.
Why?
Bark skin.
I cast Harden!
That's correct, actually. Oh man, Druid, you have to draw that now.
Oh no.
The only reason I brought it up is because I never liked to wear clothes anyway. Like here, I feel like it would be much easier to be a nudist in a D&D world, especially as a druid where you have the spell Endure Elements.
Just immunity to cold all the time.
Yeah, totally leaning into it because it's what I would want to be. But I just want to be respectful of the party, so I'll wear a fig leaf for Ace.
I just like the idea that you're probably not actually a druid, just some naked guy walking around like, nature will protect me, and it's like we're in a tropical climate. Like, no, I'm immune to the cold. It's like it never gets cold here. Like, what are you talking about?
The funny thing is, I might actually be an artificer.
So really, what we're ending up with here is we have a sorcerer that wants to be a wizard or wants to be a barbarian. How'd that work?
A fighter, was it?
How'd that work, Jonas? What did you want to be?
A fighter, right?
What is a blood rager actually like? Is it multiple classes or is it one class?
A blood rager is a wizard barbarian. So yeah, blood
I
rager
could be that.
or a sorcerer that wants to be a barbarian. A warlock that wants to be a wizard.
Yeah, have the powers of a divination wizard.
Warlock that wants to be a divination wizard. A cleric that wants to be a wizard as well. It looks like we're all just trying to find magic. That's what it really sounds like. Is we all just want. And then an artificer that wants to be a druid.
It kind of makes sense coming from a non-magical world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be an interesting party, to be honest.
Yeah. No, definitely. Definitely have a weird party dynamic going on. I kind of dig it.
I even know what's my highest stat, actually. It's 13.
The statting system would be the weirdest part, because it doesn't really work.
Crap baskets, these technical difficulties are killing me.
Oh boy. Oh, you're back now, and we can hear you.
Or, I don't know, do you think I can have a few more seconds to just...
Yeah.
I wanted to give myself a garland. I wonder if there's time for that. Gosh, I don't even know what to say about it. I guess this is me, the nudist.
I'm surprised you didn't go nudist druid. Bluest nudist doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound quite right.
No, I went with I wasn't even thinking of nudist as part of a character thing, but it came up. So
your character trait now. You're the nudist.
That's what you're defined by.
So we got the books, we got the argumentative hat, we have the masks, and we got the nudist.
Yeah, we got.
What shall Sierra be?
We have a whole group of tropes so far, or not tropes, but like weird faults.
Is that something that makes up the best D&D parties, though?
I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're definitely not focusing on our strong points. Well, I mean, not that there are definitely weak points, but we definitely know our quirks. That's a good way to put it. Definitely know our quirks.
Well, leaning into them is how you make good D&D characters, in my personal opinion.
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
Oh,
That looks great. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
Sierra, you are up.
All right, let's go. Let's do this. Okay.
So somehow again, you have become the Julia. And you...
Yeah. I thought about this for a while, and I was like, oh, I would be a wizard because I like casting spells. And I was like, wait, no, maybe I'd be a warlock. No, I like being able to snipe people, so maybe I'd be a ranger. And then I was like, oh, the sad fundamental truth is that I would 100% be a bard because I sing all the time. If I could, I would be in a musical just for fun. and I would still do art. And that's probably how I would make money more, is by like going, and I feel like especially in a fantasy world, I'd be like, yes, see all the things, paint all the things, make money. But really, when I cast magic, it's by singing horribly.
Not just normal singing, but horrible singing.
I don't actually know how I am as a singer. So
I would definitely say you got cutting words down pat. Like,
yeah, that was the other thing. That was the other thing, was I was like, oh man, I do push-ups when I insult people. I think cutting words has to be a thing.
Why does Jonas
that I
keep
do.
taking a D4 of psychic damage? What is this?
Oh, like vicious mockery.
Yeah, I
Wait.
would totally do that. So
I like this Vexalia shoulder pad.
I really like birds, and so I think ravens would probably be like the thing that get me into like painting and stuff.
Nice.
I keep waiting for you to be flipping the camera the bird with this fist that's raised up in front of your face.
I also like the paintbrush in the bun.
Yeah,
For some
I do that
reason-
with pencils.
For some reason, I just had a mental image of you, like, in order to inspire the party, like, running in and, like, painting a little something, like doing face paint.
Platoon style.
Just do like the whole football like war paint thing.
Paint a little heart on, I don't know, somebody's hand.
Spider-Man. I want Spider-Man on my face.
I have tiger stripes.
I need you to remove your mask first before I do that. Unless you want it on the mask. Do you just want it on the mask?
That would be really funny. Like, never take the mask off. It's like, no, it's a secret.
Paint me a cutie mark on my bare ass.
What kind would this cutie mark be?
Like your butt cheek tattoo.
I don't know. I'm not an actual brony. I don't know what it would be. I'll leave that up to Sierra.
It's your special talent.
My special
Yes.
talent is making stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be Deadly Nightshade, Belladonna. Not because I'm particularly deadly, but because I think that I would be an herbalist druid instead of like have an animal companion or whatever.
I feel like I should torture Sierra real quick.
Do it.
When was the last time you flipped your canvas?
Yeah. Alright, let's do that. Oh. Alright, that was awful. Okay. So.
You know, with Sierra's style, though, that's not so much torture because she's making a more refined sketch on top in a different layer anyway, so it's not like
Yep.
the rest of us where we'd be like, oh, I have to start over now.
I can tell. I can tell you want to draw the rest of the body.
You know what? Surprisingly, I do, yeah. But yeah, Vicious Mockery is probably my most used.
You big stinky. No. Just goblin dies.
I'd like to think that I'm more vicious than that.
Your friends think you're stupid. Oh. Stings on a personal level.
Sad.
Super sad. Oh, whoa, that's super weird. I think your canvas is still flipped, so you just wrote backwards.
Does it not show flipped on everyone else's?
No.
No.
Oh.
Unless I'm backwards. I don't know. No. Does it say flipped on the bottom of yours or not flipped?
It says flipped.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it just flips it for you personally.
Oh, I see. Oh, that would make sense because then otherwise everyone else would be effed.
Oh, hot damn. We got a new color.
Whoa.
Okay, so we got a bard that wants to be a ranger/wizard.
Nah, I don't really want to be. That's what Sierra wanted to be, but no, realistically though, I'm just like a pure bard. I'm like, nah, I don't need to study. I don't need to shoot things. I'm just gonna sit over here, paint, and laugh at people.
I do like that character don't want to engage in combat. So I've seen a few bards and a few wizards do that, where they're just like, all right, have fun, and then they just like get away as fast as they can from the fighting. I almost want. Oh no, it's too far. It's too far in for me to make a comment like this.
No, go ahead.
I almost want the anime. You know what I'm talking about? Like the wink.
Oh.
So instead of covering your face, it's actually like bent the other way and like. Bring.
No, I thought about that, and I was like, I wouldn't be like the try to fuck all things bard. I would just be like, it'd mostly just be like, Sierra, shut the fuck up. We were trying to stealth, and you're humming, the Mission Impossible theme song.
All right, let's get stealthy. I'd like to roll for performance. What?
Huh?
Okay, but then somebody in the party, when they stealth, has to do the Kronk from Emperor's New Groove thing and just go.
I can see our entire group doing that.
I would just put on a bush. Here we go. I'm stealthed.
Solid Snake style.
Yeah.
with a
Just
shrub.
get a cardboard box.
We're in the middle of a castle. Why would there be a shrub here? Plant life is everywhere, man.
It's a potted rose bush, obviously.
Dangerous. Take 1 point of thorn damage. Oh, I need clothes.
Not in Pathfinder.
Wait, did I do the color?
You did. You started coloring.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like at the very end, we're like, wait, did I color? No, Sierra, you're fine.
Did color? Yes.
It's okay, you just did the Julia thing by going last and doing what nobody else did with the time you had allotted.
Yeah. So then, woo! Here's the thing that is finished. Actually, I guess on the screen now. Woo!
I like it. No, great job, everybody. I think that was a good little jaunt. We got our characters flushed out. Now the question is, what do we do with them? That's the real question.
I mean, I guess they become our avatars for movies or for videos moving forward. One question though, if we ever end up at a con, do we have to cosplay as these people? And
Yes.
I really need to know this.
Yes.
What's the? Did you ever see Kill la Kill cosplayers? The people playing Nudist Beach.
Yes.
You might have to look up some of those costumes and figure that out.
Dang it! Just get a nude suit and a
The tiny fig
Or-
leaf.
yeah.
It's me, Nudist Druid. I'm sorry. People are gonna write that in the comments now, and I can feel it. I can feel it happening. Great job. I think we all did a really cool job. We have a few ideas for videos, but I would also like to see what people would want to see, because we have a cool group of artists here. Quite a bit of potential to do something unique and creative, and maybe there's something we haven't thought about yet. If you have any cool ideas, or you want to see something drawn by us, or maybe a specific person, we could do like an individual art challenge. I think that artist challenge. I think that would be kind of cool. As always, you're welcome to comment, like, subscribe to this video, as well as the live streams, and feel free to support us on Patreon. Well, support me on Patreon. We'll put the links down below as they show up if you want to support a specific artist. So thanks again, everybody, for watching, and keep your dice on the table. I shouldn't say that, because I probably would.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Yeah,
now.
cut that out. Disregard everything I said in the last minute and a half.